importance of LinkedIn, right? I love seeing familiar faces here. Good stuff. Yes, ma'am.
Do you happen to have a mouse?
I do not. Any extra mouses, maybe plug-in mouses?
USB one.
Yeah, I'm like, that's hard for me.
No.
And then in future, I know the
Alrighty, guys. So actually, I'm gonna put my eyes on, and when I do put my eyes on, unfortunately, it kind of like distorts everything that's kind of further from me. So I apologize if you raise your hand and I don't see it. Just yell out. My name's Maggie Bennett. Okay. So guys, really quickly, the importance of LinkedIn. So my name first and foremost is Maggie May Bennett, and I work for ACI Learning. Some of you may have heard of it. Some of you are actually students there. So what we do is we are actually a information technology school. And my role for that particular school is to help every single individual get the most of LinkedIn. So my role is to help you. And a lot of people ask me, how do you work for LinkedIn? How do you know all this stuff? Trial and error. So I'm going to kind of take it back just a little bit. In 2006, I actually was working for a college by the name of Kaplan College, and then they changed their name to Brightwood College, right? Anybody heard of those guys back in the day? Okay. 13 years I worked there, and I loved every single moment of it. What I worked was in the admissions department, where I got to meet new people and find out what they wanted. Why do you want to come to school? What's your end result? It was the best job in the world. I was there 13 years, and at my 15-year mark, true story, I already had it in my mind. I was going to walk in with a quinceañera dress. 15 years. I'm like, I didn't have one growing up. We couldn't afford it. But I was gonna walk in a pink dress when on February 15th is when I was gonna complete my my 15-year anniversary, right? So unfortunately, they closed every single campus down on December 6th, and I was left with 13 years of my life that I had invested. Now what? What am I gonna do when I grow up? Literally is what I felt like, right? I hadn't done a resume in forever. I mean, literally over a decade. So took some time, enjoyed my time on unemployment, right? And then is when it really sunk in. So I have to do a resume. How am I going to tab? How am I going to do the margins? All these questions that come up, right? You press enter and the whole thing goes awry. So I relied on Indeed to help me find work. Then I learned about this nifty feature here. And I was like, okay, this is nice. So I'm able to, and again, trial and error, guys. I went through it, invested a lot of time, found out that while I get my beauty sleep, and trust me, when I wake up, I look like Medusa on crack. There's hair everywhere. There's, things are looking crazy, but I'm like, well, I get my beauty sleep. I'm getting job leads in my inbox in the morning. Like, honestly, this is the way it's working. I'm like, this is crazy. So I started experimenting and researching more and more. And then I started noticing that every morning I had jobs in my inbox. And all I had to do was apply. So who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want that type of help, right? We all need it. We all deserve it. So my role today is to help you on maximizing all of these features. I cannot stress to you guys the importance of LinkedIn, and I will share with you. And, Ms. Yvonne knows, and I've shared the story before, I am a product of LinkedIn. And let me share with you how. When we relocated back to San Antonio during the pandemic 2020, right? I had to obviously look for employment, and that was going to be rough. So I used every job search engine, Workday, Paycom, LinkedIn, Indeed, you name it, word of mouth. The way I got a hit was on LinkedIn. So I started working, but unfortunately, guys, and I'm going to be honest with you, I've been a recruiter for many years. I didn't do my due diligence in researching my employer. I didn't. I thought in my heart of hearts, every job was going to be like my past run, 13 years at Brightwood College, where I loved it. It was my family. I still keep up with a lot of them, right? So I go blindly into this facility without doing research. And if I would have researched the employer, you're probably thinking, how do we do that? You do that on Indeed. Did you guys know that you're able, when you resign from a position and you're updating your Indeed account or your LinkedIn account, that you can actually give a review to your employer? That's big time, right? If I would have read the reviews that previous employees would have put in, I probably wouldn't have accepted the offer. But lo and behold, I did agree to, and I accepted the offer. And a year and a half later, I was miserable. And I've never been miserable, praise God, in a job that I've held. Always been very thankful, very blessed, loving my positions. But this one was rough. It was rough. And I said to myself in December, I'm done. And I'm having a talk with the big man, right? My best friend. And I'm like, I'm done. You know, I've given everything. I've done. I need a change, right? This is over. So I'm thinking December, who's hiring? Nobody. What are you guys doing in December? What I'm doing is stuffing my face full of tamales. That's what I'm doing. Like, I'm just being honest. Like, I'm going to tamale parties. I am doing all this stuff, you know, white elephant, all that great stuff, right? But I thought, how can I help myself? How I can help myself is right here. This amazing tool. And then this was it was all after Thanksgiving that I had already made up my mind, right? So December, I'm like, I've got to work on my LinkedIn. And I did. And then lo and behold, and this is a true story, and I'm going to show you guys. Santa Claus, I was good. So Santa knows that I really, really worked very hard at that place where I shared with you guys. And then December 6th, I love reading this. It's like the best day ever. Now would be a great time for that SpongeBob song to come on, right? Best day ever. Anybody? Okay. So I get this message right over here, December 9th. The reason I knew, and I sent him, and you can see, hi Maggie, thank you for the connection request. Did you know that on LinkedIn, if I look at your profile, you can see that I looked at your profile? That is not bad. That is not bad, because guess what? You were applying for that company. Let's say you applied for Meta, a position with Meta, right? A help desk or accounting or receptionist, whatever you wanted to do. You applied with, maybe I heard somebody has an interview with Thomas J. Henry, right? Coming up soon. So you applied with that company, and then lo and behold, you get an alert that says so-and-so viewed your profile. Well, who is this person? You click on them, Human Resources Manager and Thomas J. Henry. That is amazing. You know your resume is on the move, and that's what we want. So I saw that he looked at my profile, and I'm like, Mr. Coker, ACI Learning, what is this? But again, I had already been reflecting, and I had already been praying for a change, right? So right away, I'm looking to add to my career services team. Are you interested in pursuing a new opportunity? You better believe it was 4:05. And okay, so here's the thing. I am a little diligent when it comes to my work. When I'm working, I'm working. So what that means is, and this is considered to me a social media account. I didn't need this account for my last job where I was prior to ACI. So I didn't check it until I got home. So at 7:06, you can see is when I respond to him, right? Because by that time I was already at my house. I would like to hear more about the opportunity. My cell phone number is so-and-so. So that is it. So that is the end of it. And then you see the next message that I sent to him literally almost a month later. Happy New Year, sir. Wanted to drop in and say hello. Looking forward to January 17th was my official start date. Now, a lot went into this start date because I didn't make up my mind right away. First and foremost, yesterday I met with a group of students that one person said, well, I see all of these entry-level jobs for this new role that I'm studying in is going to pay me $2 less than what I'm currently at. I understand. Right now, everything's really expensive. I understand that. How long did it take you to get to the salary you're at today? 10 years. 10 years. I've plateaued. They haven't given me a raise in a couple years. So if you take a step back for a career that you've really poured your heart and soul into, you're going to go in there and you're going to go do your absolute best. They may start you off at $1 less, but you're going to recoup that money in the long run. They're going to see, wow, 30-day evaluation, I'm going to go in and give you a point, which means $1. In every industry that you work in, they're all very different. So you can move up much, much quicker, right? So January 17th, and you can see it's kind of like a month lag. And the reason it was a month lag is because I didn't have the heart to tell my employer that I was leaving during the holidays. I didn't have the heart to do it. I asked him if you can wait for me to give my notice in January. I will be on your team on this date. And he thought about it. And I said, I can't, I've approved vacation for my team. I've done all of this. I just can't leave people high and dry. And he agreed. And that's how I knew ACI was even the best, opportunity for me. So my goal is to have people in your inbox on a daily basis. Recruiters reaching out to you, wanting to know if you're interested. Are you available for work? Can we talk today? That is what I want for every single one of you. And we can get there, and I'm going to show you the steps on how to get there. So anybody have any questions so far? Yes, ma'am.
And this is probably gonna be moving forward.
Mhm.
I have been tempted to do that premium, you're paying, what do you think? It's kind of pricey, but what do you
It's
think?
pricey. I wouldn't invest in it. I encourage recruiters to invest in it.
Okay,
Or if their company pays for it, go for it, right? But don't invest in it because you can use it 100% and get so much out of it just with the free version of it. But if they pay for it, then yes. So like my company, I've been trying to get them to pay for it. I've done like the free trials, but in all honesty, we've gone back and forth because I'm like, it really, I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe if you were to work for like a staffing company, then maybe, yeah, but really, it just I would save your money, right? Let's use the free version of it. So just really quick, I've been doing this for many, many years. I won't say how long, and I love what I do. So if you have any questions, please know I am here to help you. So there's no question. If you may think, well, I'm kind of embarrassed. Chances are 4 other people have the same question. So please do not feel embarrassed. If you don't get it, I'll repeat myself. It's okay. Sometimes it's just in the delivery, right? We all learn differently and we all kind of capture everything a little bit different. So are we good? Everybody logged into their LinkedIn? Yes, ma'am.
I'm still on the security check. On the
Okay.
phone.
Okay, go ahead and do that. And then no pressure. Miss Cindy?
Yes.
Okay.
and I have one other
I
comment.
keep doing the wrong one.
Oh, did you have any question, Miss Cindy?
I keep doing
Oh,
it.
you can just, yeah, you can go after this. That they actually means it's be able to receive.
You sure? Okay, image that is in the correct way. Well, this guy's sending, that one looks great. Yeah, that's the one that he picked and we were able to move forward.
Wow.
Okay. So that's the correct way. Maybe we just want to see if you're.
Yeah.
That is fascinating. Okay, let's do try again.
So
So it was the one that it was.
Oh, they changed
Yeah,
that.
okay, change that little rhino there.
Specialist. Okay.
Okay, and it's up, so it's kind of like.
LinkedIn's and Amy just 95,000 people looking for this. They have a lot of people that they'll show you who's applying. People are talking about yeah, it's difficult everywhere, so you get an edge up. That's what we for.
There we go. You're fine. So now. One more time. One more time. Hi, guys. There we go. So this is something with your LinkedIn. 2 seconds, guys. Sorry. But you've already created it, right? Go ahead and type in your password. He truly is the best boss I've ever had, guys. This man right here. Best boss ever. So fortunate. Alrighty, guys. Were we able to get in, Miss Cindy?
Now it's saying I have the wrong password.
Take your time. Okay, guys, so if you can please log on to your profile. The way you're gonna get to your profile, at the very top, you have a home, you have a network, you have a jobs, messaging, notifications, and then you're gonna have one that says me. Go ahead and click on me for me, please. I'll be right there, Miss Cindy. So once you click on me, it's going to give you the option to view your profile. That's exactly what we want to do. We want to view our profile. So one thing that I want to share with you guys is LinkedIn has a lot of nifty features where you can actually LinkedIn apply to jobs. And then I can give you my info so we can kind of anything that you missed out, okay? So one thing that I do want to point out is you guys can apply for work directly from here. So directly from LinkedIn. However, listen, your profile needs to mirror your resume. They have to mirror one another. So what that means is that everything that's on your resume needs to be on your LinkedIn profile. Because again, you're going to be using your LinkedIn profile as a job application, right? So one thing that I'd like for you guys to do is let's think about the industries that we're in. How many people, and I saw it yesterday, you guys have all different walks of life. Administrative positions. How many of you guys are interested in something administrative? Bookkeeping. Okay, more administrative assistant. Okay, management, billing. Okay, so the background that you want to choose for your photo needs to reflect something administrative, right? So what we want to do is if you go over here to actually open a new tab, a new window, you press the plus sign, right? And all you're going to do is type in LinkedIn forgive me. Administrative. Well, it would hello, Bennett. It would help if I put my eyes on. Sorry, guys. And these are just for my admin people. So administrative backgrounds for LinkedIn. So if I go to images, I type that in, take a look at everything that we're going to be seeing here. There's a ton of different images, right? So one thing that you want to do, and you don't have to do it this very minute, I would like for you to take some time later today and go through those images so that you can find one that speaks to you, one that you like. Because again, what Miss Cindy is going to be saying is, hey, I have an administrative background. So once you find a photo, an image that you like, you're going to save that photo and you're going to save it to your desktop. And then what you're going to do is right here, this little pencil icon, everybody with me? You're going to click on that pencil icon and you're going to go ahead and upload that image. So again, whichever photo that you prefer, whichever one that speaks to you, that's the one that you're going to do. Now, let's say my other people that are not administrative. Anybody here, IT, information technology? Okay, so a couple people that raise their hand. Think about it. The one thing that you want to use if you're going to be staying in this beautiful city, use our skyline. So you can see my background blue, a lot of those lights. Guess what? That's IT. So if you were to even put on their IT backgrounds for LinkedIn, they're all going to be blue. They're all going to have these lights. That is what it's going to be. How many other people do I have? Any other industries that you guys would like to share? Yes, ma'am.
I'm trying for medical billing and coding.
Nice. Okay. So just real quick, these right here are actually going to be for my IT people. So now what we're going to do is here you are. Medical billing backgrounds for LinkedIn. So take a look at yours. So they're all going to reflect, again, more of that medical field, more of the, allied health industry. So what you want to do is your LinkedIn profile is going to tell the story of you. That is your job application. That is going to work kind of as your resume, to be quite honest, when it has the LinkedIn Easy Apply button. So again, we're going to select a photo. We're going to save the one that speaks more to us, right, that we feel comfortable with. You're going to click on this pencil icon right here, and all you're going to do is upload it. Change photo. And then you're just gonna upload your photo. Now, they already have some that are generic here, but put some effort into your LinkedIn. Choose one that you truly do like, right? So is everybody with me? Does everybody think that they can save a photo onto their background? So one thing I'm gonna ask, and I always ask this, how many of y'all have Facebook? A good amount. You can navigate through Facebook. You can navigate through this with your eyes closed, okay? So the next thing is going to be profile picture. How many of us have ever been catfished? Anybody know what that is? It's rough, right? Yeah. I'll tell you guys really quickly a story. I was actually interviewing someone and I had appointment scheduled for the next day and I was ready to conduct interviews, right? Just so happened that our receptionist was out sick that day. So we had to go to the front with the resumes and kind of look at who was who and call them to the back. So I walk up, it's 10 o'clock, and mind you, this is an opportunity that I had with a client that dealt with a lot of political parties, right? A lot of different, congressmen, Republican senators, you name it. So they needed somebody that had absolutely no visible tattoos, no unnatural hair color, no crazy piercings, right? That's what they asked me for. I thought I had it because I had this resume with a beautiful professional picture on it. So at 10 o'clock comes and I go to the front and I'm like, thank you. Go back. 10, 15. Oh my man, that's such a shame because I really thought she was going to be a great match for this job. About 10 minutes later, she comes to the front and another recruiter goes up and greets her and she says, I'm here for my 10 o'clock interview with Maggie. So here comes a recruiter and she's like, hey, you're 10:30 something and your recruiter's been waiting for your appointment's been waiting for a while. This girl's up there. That recruiter started laughing so hard she couldn't even breathe. And I was like, where is she? And she's like, good luck. She's like, what client is this for? And I share with her who the client's for, and she just almost died laughing there. So then I go to the front and I call this person and nothing could have prepared me. I personally don't have any tattoos, but 2 of my 3 children do, right? So this young lady had a huge tattoo here that said rich, and they were big letters. Mind you, the client had already told me nothing, all here. And then there was even verbiage here on the eyebrows. I had never seen that. That was fascinating to me. Right. And it was like a really deep purple color hairstyle with a bunch of colors in there. I had to go through the interview. It was a shorter interview, obviously, right? But I had to do it. So nobody wants to be catfished. It's crazy. So moral of the story, use you. Every single one of you here, beautiful, handsome, use your best photo. If you got good light, that's great. But I'm here that today, y'all are going to have an option to be able to do your own glamour shots, right? That is huge. So professional pictures, chest up. That's all you need. I have my brother that actually is, he's not my biological brother, but he's my brother. Actually has a bathroom selfie. And I cannot tell you how many times I look at him and please change it. Please change it. Please change it. This is LinkedIn, chest up, okay? So again, contingent upon the industry that you're working in, you can kind of change it up. If you are in IT, and let's be honest, in the information technology sector, I'm going to just tell you, some of my clients have a purple mohawk. Like, it is what it is. Every industry is different, but you can't go wrong with just chest up. Nothing too crazy on the makeup, of course, right? Because again, it's more of a professional photo. Is everybody with me? All right. So what we're going to do is for your professional photo today, once you guys do that, you are actually going to first and foremost, they're going to email you the photo so that you can save it, right? So what you're going to do when you're ready is you're going to click on that little circle and you're going to go right here to edit. When you hit edit, you're going to be able to save a photo. So you may have to upload your photo, right? Again, but when you do it, you can kind of drag it down. And again, you just want to show from the chest up. Now, one thing I want to point out, how do you guys think that recruiters know you're interested for the job or you're interested in applying? Anybody?
You should reply back and stay in communication.
That is a great one. But let me tell you what's an even better way to get in the sights of these recruiters. Right down here where it says edit, add a photo or frames. This is our moneymaker right here, add frame. So take a look. I have original, that's me. I'm happy with my job. I'm not looking for anything, right? But if I were open to work, if I was ready to interview, and if I knew, hey, tomorrow if a recruiter calls me, I'm ready to interview. Or if they call me this morning and say, can you come in for an interview at 2:00? Oh, yes, I can. How are they gonna know this? Because I am telling my entire network that I am open to work. So that is your frame that you want to put around your professional photo. Open to work, because what that means, if I call Miss Martha today, it's 9:00 and I say, Miss Martha, I just saw your information on LinkedIn and I'm really interested in meeting with you. Can we go ahead and schedule a 3:00 interview? Yes, absolutely. Will this be through Zoom or will this be on site? So you are telling employer partners, contact me. I want to talk to you. I'm ready to talk to you. I'm going to answer my phone. I don't, oh, this hurts, have my spam blocker on. I haven't, I'm not gonna lie. But when you're looking for work, you've got to take that off. Because every call needs to come in. Because it happens to me that I'll get called, hey, went straight to your voicemail. What just happened that I didn't save that person's information. I could have avoided that if I would have removed my spam blocker, right? So when you're looking for work, you have to remove it, but guess what? This right here, that's our baby though. That's the one we're gonna choose. Now, also in the same token, the people that we want to connect with, how do you know if they're hiring? How do you know if they're gonna look at your resume? A lot of these recruiters have this amazing banner on theirs that says hiring. Those people need to be your best friends. You need to be connecting with them, and I'm going to show you how, and you need to send them a nice little note that says, thank you in advance for accepting my connection invitation. That's it, right? So again, it's really networking and being able to get yourself out there. So again, this is the frame that we're choosing today. Once you upload your photo, be open to work. Once you select your frame, what you guys are going to do is you're going to hit the apply button. Everybody with me?
Yes.
All righty, it sounds good. Okay, let me go back to original. Because true story, a while back, maybe about 6 months ago, someone was helping me. Someone was writing, right, while I was presenting. And when we went to the open to work, they saved that one. And then I heard my thing like going like chiming. I'm like, why would it be chiming so much? Like, what happened? It's not my birthday or anything crazy. So then it was like, are you still with ACI? Hey, what happened? Are you looking for a job? And I was like, what? It's like, oh my God, like I wanted to die. So please just be careful with that one, okay? So the next one, okay, so right here, you see the pen. So one thing I want to point out, the pencil icons are going to be for you to edit all your information. So right here, what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to hit this pencil icon one more time. Because now we're going to get into the nitty gritty. We're going to start updating our info, right? So once we do that, you can see my information comes up, my first name, my last name, additional name. Let's just stay away from that. You cannot put something like Big Daddy or Baby Girl or, you know, Sad Eyes 210. No, 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 right? Let's stay away from that. Let's use, again, our name that is on our resume. Let's use the name that's going to be used to onboard us. So what that means is, you know, when we have to submit our social and driver's license and all that good stuff, everything is jiving. Okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to scroll down just a bit. And right underneath where it says pronouns, you're going to see where it says headline. So this is where we're going to do some thinking and we're going to do some working on this right now. So my headline is my job title. I'm a senior employer engagement manager. So those of you that are looking for medical billing and coding, right? Are you already going through a program?
Yeah.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're actually, whatever the name of your program is, if it may be coding specialist, you're going to go ahead and you're going to start it off with aspiring because we're not there yet. We're not there yet. How many? Okay, we have a medical biller and coder. Then we had administrative, right? What is the job title that you're after? Are you enrolled in a program already?
Yeah.
You finished it. May I ask what the program name was, please? Okay, so that's what you're going to put on your headline. Office administrator, because that is your title. You own it because you've already completed the program. Okay, who else, ma'am? Bookkeeper. There you go. Bookkeeper. Your headline needs to reflect, ma'am, in the back. What are you aspiring to be?
I finished the program that, full stack. Software.
All right, then that's what you're gonna add on your headline. Again, that is what you want employer partners to pick up on. Oh, Maggie Bennett, Senior Employer Engagement Manager, that's the person we want to talk to for this role. Oh, medical coder and biller, she's recently going through that program. We're actually adding to our team and we're looking for someone that's just fresh out of school so that we can train them to the way we want things to be taught. This is my person. That's the one I'm getting. Miss Yvonne, computer user support specialist. That's the person that we want. So you want that right under your name, guys. Remember, every single one of you, you are your own brand. Bottom line, you are your own brand. So you've got to make yourself as marketable as possible on this, okay? So think about what it is that you're training. Sir, may I ask Mr. Manuel?
Oh, yes. AutoCAD design transportation.
Then that's what's gonna go on your headline. So go ahead and start entering that information on there now. Because again, our goal is we definitely, did somebody have a question? Yes, sir.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, so if your program, also includes certifications, let's say you're a certified bookkeeper or a certified bookkeeper, should you put certified in your title?
If you already have the certification, yes. If you do have it, absolutely. If you have that piece of paper, yes. But if you're not there yet, let's hold off on it. Because the last thing you want is for a recruiter to reach out to you and be like, hey, I saw that you were certified. Oh, well, actually not yet. I'm not going to take my certification until 2 months from now. You don't want to go in their declined pile because then sometimes you have to wait a minute to be able to reapply. So if you have that piece of paper, yes. But if you don't, let's hold off on it. And that would be a great talking point during an interview. By the way, because when they ask you, what are your long-term goals? Well, actually, one of my goals is to become a certified medical coder and biller. I'm planning on taking my exam X date, right? So if anybody else, any other backgrounds? Yes, ma'am.
Well, not a background. I'm visually impaired, so I can't see that. I can follow you pretty much. So let me know, where did you want me to go to change?
Headline,
Headline. Okay.
headline, right under your pronouns, it's gonna be headline. So that's, yes, Ms. Martha. I beg your pardon?
Community health.
Community health worker?
Yes.
I would add that on there.
Okay, so that's fine, because I.
Yes, aspiring. So aspiring is just such a beautiful word because it's like, I'm reaching for that. That's where I'm going. That's my direction. It is a positive, it is a great word to put in front of that. I'm aspiring millionaire. Can't put that on there. I don't even, wow, which I should, right? Very millionaire, right? That would be nice. Okay, so once you have done your headline, what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna go down to current position. How many of you guys have already updated your LinkedIn to reflect all of your employment? Anybody? Okay, so what we need to do, and again, this will take a little bit of time, right? You're gonna go in there later today and you're gonna plug in everything that's on your resume is what you're gonna go into add a new position. So pretty much you're gonna go in there because I'm gonna tell you why. And if you guys feel like, oh, well, that's too much work, you can use your LinkedIn to apply, and I'm going to show you how, okay? The next thing that we want to do is we want to jump over to the education sector.
Question,
Yes, ma'am.
for current position, so say we're not currently employed, we lost that position, so what would we put in that?
You could add your previous position.
Oh,
You can because you are a student, right?
great.
So what you're gonna do is right over here to where it says education. Again, you're gonna just hit these new plus signs and that's where you're gonna go ahead and add where you're studying. So what you're not gonna do is you're not gonna put an end date. You're gonna leave it open because that's showing employer partners that you are going through this program. You're not working, but you're a full-time student. Okay, alrighty, everybody still with me? Go ahead, ma'am. Tell me where you want me to go back. We were-
the entire wrong area.
You're not, let me go back there. No worries.
I should be under edit intro, not had experience.
Well, your own experience is what you're gonna do later today. Once you have your resume in front of you, you're gonna plug in all that information, all of your employers.
Okay.
Yes, how far do you go back? So a good 10 years would be great. definitely a good 10 years would be good. Some of you look pretty young and you're like, I don't have 10, and it's okay. I was there once.
I'm sorry, so if I'm putting in, like, if I'm plugging everything in, I put that under current position, like I just keep adding position and that's where I'm gonna.
Yes. That's where you're gonna put everything in there. You're gonna keep adding and adding and adding. And then you'll go to your education and you'll add that as well. Mhm. Yes, ma'am. So if you don't have if you're working towards your degree, you're just gonna put the name of the college when you started and you're gonna leave it open. But you are going to put your field of study. So if it's human services, you'll put human services on that. Or whatever you're studying, a criminal justice, you're gonna go ahead and put that on there. Yeah, whatever you're getting your degree in. Yes, Miss Yvonne.
Just put industry, information technology, is that right?
Perfect, yes. So yes, so information technology, it's all gonna depend on your industry that you're studying for. For you would be allied health, right? You know, medical management. So everybody with me? Okay, so now we are going to get into the most important. So again, we've gone over the background, we've gone over our headlines. You guys are gonna add your information. And let me share with you, I'm going to give you my contact information today. So that when you guys are done with your LinkedIn profiles, you're gonna shoot me an connection invitation. And you're gonna be like, hey Maggie, this is me from Alamo Colleges. Take a look at my LinkedIn and I'm gonna go ahead and review it and I'm going to give you some constructive criticism. Now, again, my role is to help you maximize as much as possible from this amazing free feature, right? So the constructive criticism is just to help, you know, again, you choose whether you want to take the tips or you don't. It's completely up to you, but I would love to help you revise it, review it, and get it up to par. So the next thing that we're going to go into, you can go ahead and either save your information so that you don't lose any of your work. And then we're going to go ahead and go right here to the home screen. So right here, we have the home, we have my network, we have jobs, we have our messages, we have our notifications, and then we have, again, our profile. So the one that we're gonna go to is going to be the little briefcase that says jobs right up here. That's where we're going. Is everybody in the jobs portion? Everybody good? Yes, ma'am?
I keyed in information technology, but for some, we're using the same, please select the industry will allow me to say the program.
No, go ahead and just add something. You don't have to save it, you can add it. You can do that. And then go ahead. All right, perfect. So you're, ooh, very pretty picture. Let's go to jobs. All right. Now, yes. I love it. Not yet. We'll do it in a bit. We'll do it in a very next one. Very nice. Okay, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and go to jobs. And this is where each and every single one of you is going to get different results. So what I need from each and every single one of you is the type of job that you're looking for. So right over here, we have medical billing and coding, right? That's what we're wanting to do. So what we're gonna go ahead and do, and we're gonna do this for every single one of you, okay? So right over here for my medical biller and coder, we're in jobs. So right here where it says search by title, skill, or company, we're gonna put in medical billing specialist, right? Medical billing specialist, you're gonna type that in. Once you do that, you're gonna go ahead and put your zip code right here. May I have your zip code, ma'am?
78254.
All righty. So 78254 San Antonio. So you can see so far within a 25-mile radius, I've come up with 74 results. That's not bad. However, I'm not interested in what's been posted from the beginning of time when the dinosaurs roamed the earth. I don't want to know. I wanna know what's hot, what's off that grill, right? The fajitas that are right off that grill. So what we're gonna do is to date posted right here, your filter. We're gonna click on this little drop down and we're gonna go ahead and go to the past 24 hours. So take a look, from 7 to 4 results, we've gone down to 5. But those 5, those are the hot jobs. Those are the ones that are, let's go, we're ready to hire, right? So show me the 5 results. So you can see right here, we haven't, well, some of these went a little crazy. Okay, medical coder, medical biller, hybrid. This is with Aston Carter. This is actually a major staffing national recruiting agency. Yes, ma'am. So for example, let's go here to this particular, well, before we do that, what we're gonna do is medical billing specialist, what's been posted within the past 24 hours. Now what we're gonna do is you're gonna hit this button right here that says set alert. The reason you want that is because every time there's a position that comes, that meets your search criteria, you're gonna get a notification. You're gonna get emailed, it's gonna give you a notification, right? So let's go ahead and do that. So right now what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna step down right here. We're gonna go down to this Aston Carter one. And it tells you right here, this is an entry level position. This job was posted 4 hours ago. And let me show you the beauty of this. How many people are you competing with for this job? One person. Because a lot of people are still hung up on Indeed, on Glassdoor, on Monster, and that's great. Use it. I'm not saying don't use it, but you got to use this guy right here. This is going to be huge, right? So this is already telling you the description. It's telling you that it is a contract role. It is entry level. And then let's go ahead and go down here. You want to follow the company as well. You want to hit that company's right here. You want to follow that. Okay. So you can apply for this job later. So again, we've already set up our alerts, right? So now we've done medical billing specialist. What we're going to change the title now is going to be to medical billing coder right here. And all you're going to do is kept all of your filters within the past 24 hours. So now you have a total of 9 results and you're going to set another alert. Because all of these companies hire for the same job, but everybody has a different title. Like there's operations and there's this and there's that. So you want to get as many alerts as possible, right? So go ahead and do the medical billing coder, and then let's go ahead and set up an alert. And then the last one that we're going to do is going to be medical billing clerk. So again, we have a total of 9 results because again, our filters are still on, right? So we're only seeing what's been within the last 24 hours. And then you're going to set up another alert. So this is telling you who's hiring. This is giving you a lot of the good stuff, right? So remember I shared with you guys really quickly about that LinkedIn Easy Apply button, right? So Inside Global is also another very large staffing service. So take a look. Easy Apply. This is what we're looking at right here. So when you see that feature, that's telling you that you can apply directly from LinkedIn. And that is where we're going to go back, right, to the beginning of this presentation. Your information on LinkedIn has to mirror your resume. Again, because you're using your profile as a job application. So it has to be the same. But take a look, meet the hiring team. I want to meet you. I like you and I want you to be my friend because I need a job. So immediately you see here that Miss Kelly Kindle is on here. Well, it's telling me that I am a third contact with her because it all has categories. First level contact, that means we're already connected. We're on the same, we are connections. The second means that you have people in common. The third means, well, you're kind of farther away, right? Chances are a lot of these people are going to be a third kind of contact. So what we're going to do to Miss Kelly Kindle is first and foremost, we are going to message her. So right here where it says message, I'm interested in the coder role. Take a look at this. I hope you're doing well. I'm interested in the role you posted. It already does the work for you. And all you have to do is make sure that at the very bottom where it says best regards, put that phone number in there. put that phone number and put your email in there so that that recruiter has direct access on where to contact you. So not only is she seeing your profile that says open to work, you've already given her another in, which is your phone number and your email address. So that is huge because again, you're not going through Indeed waiting for them to update the application and be like, oh, they've just seen it. Oh my, I just interviewed. No way. You are going straight to the hiring source. This is a beautiful thing. So we definitely want to do that. Anybody, any questions, ma'am? Alrighty.
I do have. a
Yes, ma'am.
question. Cause I have seen third connect. What makes you first, second, and third? You might explain it, like
So
how,
first is we're connected. You've accepted my connection invitation.
okay,
So it's like you are actually connected with one another. The second tier means that we're not connected, but we have a lot of people in the same circle.
so how can you become 3 to number 1?
You connect with them, you send them a connection invitation.
And that's where that premium stuff come in? Oh,
No.
it doesn't?
You don't need. So for example,
Okay.
with Kelly Kindle, let me show you. So we are third, right?
Mhm.
Myself and Kelly, we're third connections. Well, now she knows that I viewed her profile because she just got an alert that says Maggie Bennett, ACI Learning, viewed your profile. So what I'm going to do is right here where it says more,
Okay,
I'm gonna connect with her. But I'm also gonna add a note. And right here is where it's gonna say, hello, Kelly. Ooh.
okay.
There you go.
There's something where I can't do that. I have to go back and.
So some don't have the option. It's up to the person to say, hey, I want to accept messages from everyone, or I only want to accept messages from my first connection. So it's really up to the individual,
Okay,
but most recruiters will have this open. So for example, take a look, those of you that want to take a picture of this or you want to write it down, this is just a great way to just kind of break that ice. Thank you in advance. So from the jump, you're already thanking them. Thank you in advance for accepting my connection invitation. And you're gonna close that off with very respectfully. Thank you for your time, very respectfully, and then you're gonna go ahead and put your name. So every time you connect with someone that you really, really want to make sure that you're able to kind of get in contact with these are the people that you want to send a message to if they allow. Yes, sir.
So you can abbreviate very respectfully with VR? That's okay? Okay.
Because again, this is not like a formal email. It's just, hey, thank you.
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Is that just a B and a R or is there something?
V/R. Mhm. And the reason it's more informal is because it's just that thank you for that connection invitation, right? But if you want to write the whole thing out, you're more than whatever works for you. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do here is I'm just gonna send this over to her. So this is one of my people, this is one of my grads, who again he needs to change this, right? I need to tell him to change that. Because he actually just got promoted, so I immediately respond this morning, congrats on the new role, thanks Maggie, I hope all is well. Take off, open to work, dude, we just got promoted, right? But a lot of us, we just, we go through the motions and we forget, right, to take off certain things. So we went ahead and did yours. So did you get a good, you're gonna set your alerts, you're gonna message Kelly, hi Kelly, I'm interested in this role. Definitely you want to be able to get on that. So I know I have bookkeeper, right? It's right over here. All right, let's go ahead and do yours as well. So we're gonna go ahead and go to jobs. So right here, what we're gonna go ahead and enter is going to be bookkeeping. And we're gonna do 3 different searches, right? We're gonna do bookkeeper, we can even do like administrative assistant, you name it, we can do it. So let's go ahead and start, we'll just do bookkeeper. And then right over here, we're gonna go ahead and enter your zip code. May I have that, please? Oops. Awesome. Oh. There we go. So we're gonna go ahead and hit search. So for you, ma'am, you can see that we pulled up 242 job results, right? Again, we're not interested in what's been posted, months ago. We're gonna go ahead and come right over here to date posted. And we're gonna go ahead and go to the past 24 hours. So from 242 results, now we've gone down to 26 results, right? But these are the jobs that have just recently been posted. So this is a great opportunity, right? To kind of screen them. And then what you're gonna go ahead and do is you're gonna go ahead and set your alert. Because there's gonna be a couple different ones. So you can see you have an accounting clerk with South Texas Regional. And then you have like a payroll accountant. So you're just gonna have to go through these and screen them, right? But right here for the Southwest, this was reposted 23 hours ago, and they only have 23 candidates. So what this tells me is that if they've had to repost it because they only had 23 candidates, is that they haven't found their match. They haven't found anybody that's even on the second level of interviews, right? So you definitely want to message this lady because it's Michelle Jones. So what you're gonna go do to the bottom is where it says meet the person. Well, it doesn't have it here, but it has it here. You can either click on her or you're gonna have to search her up as a connection, right? So you're gonna set up your alert. The other thing that we're gonna do, we did bookkeeper. Are you more into accounting or accounts payable? Either, okay, no worries. So let's just do bookkeeping. And let's see what comes up. So again, you can see now within the past 24 hours, you have a total of 70 results. So it is important, guys, to use at least 3 different search titles when you're setting your alerts, because take a look at it. Now we have 70 results, and on the other one, we only had 26. So again, every company will list their jobs differently. So you can go in there. You can also do like administrative, ma'am, whichever one. If you're like, hey, you know what, I just really want to get my foot in the door, you know, something administrative, and then work from there. So you can do that as well. Got it? Alrighty. Who else? Miss, I'm gonna stay in this row really quickly.
Well, I was doing administrative assistant.
Okay, and did you set up your alerts already?
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you. Right over here in the back, ma'am. Good deal. Okay, so we've done medical billing and coding. Who do I need? Who do I need to put on here? Yes, ma'am.
IT tier 1 help desk.
Okay, so that right here is where we're actually going to be doing help desk specialist. And then may I please have your zip code?
78218.
All right. So within the past 24 hours, we have a total of 3 results that came up.
Okay.
Okay, so for example, right here, this company, Dunhill, this is another staffing service as well. And you can see the company, I already followed them, so you want to follow them and you want to set up your alerts.
Okay.
So for help desk specialists for computers, you also want to set up an alert for desktop support specialist.
Okay.
That's a big one. Because for help desk, desktop support, you know, they're all the same job, they just have different titles. So
Okay.
that's the one that you want to set up as well.
All right.
Mhm.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, ma'am.
Is that
Yes, Ms.
okay?
Yvonne.
Like with the computer user support skills.
Yes, and here, that's the one you're gonna,
Say,
yes,
okay,
you can add that right here as well.
under what? Computer user support? What do you have?
So you can do the computer user support specialist, those of you that have done that particular program. And for example, with that one, ma'am, with your area code, that one came up with 442 jobs.
Awesome.
So they're all different, right? And that's within the past 24 hours. So you just have to be creative on the job titles. How many more job titles can we do right now? Ma'am, over here?
It's medical billing.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Insurance agent, but I never was able to pull up, so I'm just listening.
Okay, so right here, Miss Cindy, is gonna be really important that you're gonna just do in your search bar, right? And then we're gonna go ahead and do, may I please have your zip code?
78214.
Wonderful. So Miss Cindy, 78214 insurance agent, we have within the past 24 hours, we have a total of 22 results that have come up. So again, you need to set up your alerts right here. You have to set up your alerts so that you are constantly getting notified once there's a job that meets your criteria. Yes, ma'am.
For a software developer, I know there's so many like words for that, but to just keep it simple, like you said in the alert for software developer.
Yes. Mhm.
And then, do I have to change anything for on-site or remote? 'Cause when I first do that, like 2,000 results.
So did you do your zip code? Remember, you have to make sure that you do your zip code, because if you don't do the zip code, jobs are gonna come up from all over. So does it have your zip code right here, right next to it?
So right now, there's.
And then we wanna go, remember, we wanna put our filters to the past 24 hours. Let me go.
And I put internship as entry level.
So let's just do entry level. Good deal. Nice. Okay, so then just say your word. So guys, what we really definitely wanna point out is if you look for a full-time job, it's a full-time job. You gotta put in that work, you gotta put in that sweat, right? You have to be looking at that computer, typing up, setting applications, you name it. It does take some work, but it is well worth it. LinkedIn has tremendous opportunity and tremendous potential in helping you with being able to secure employment. Ma'am, did you want to put your job, did you want to give me your job title? In coding, alrighty. Any questions so far? Yes, sir.
All I had was on the button that says easy apply and apply. Are they the same thing?
No.
Okay.
Easy apply is where you're able to use your LinkedIn profile as an application. Apply, it's gonna take you probably to their website and have you apply,
Gotcha.
you know, for that position. Anybody else? No, okay. So the next thing we want to definitely do, we've done a lot of the most important. So now it's going to be to follow companies that we have an interest in working in. So these particular companies that we want to follow are going to be, if you go to your search bar, you're going to go to your home button. Okay, so right here are gonna be companies that we wanna work for. So for example, can I use, for example, yourself medical coding and billing, right? So one good one would be University Health Systems. This is definitely a company that we wanna follow. So you type in the name of the company. And then you're gonna go right here to companies. And then it's gonna give you a variety of places that you can follow. And these are all companies that you can actually choose to follow. So what's gonna happen is that every time that they post something, you're gonna be notified. So really be creative on the people that you're connecting with, right? And the companies that you're following. So another thing I'm gonna ask you guys right now is to please send me a connection invitation. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go right here to your search bar and you're going to type in Maggie Mae Bennett.
So can you spell your name for me? The
Yes,
last
ma'am.
name?
Sure, it's Maggie, and actually, great time. I'm gonna go ahead and pass out my business cards. And then you have me here live in the Hive, so you know what I look like. Go ahead and send me a connection invitation, and let's start practicing today. Let's practice with sending a note. Thank you in advance. Hello, Maggie. Thank you in advance for accepting my connection invitation. Let's put that into practice, definitely. Remember, you want to be able to be as connected as possible with individuals in your career path, right? And what it is. Thank you, sir. And those of you that are looking to kind of get into the industry. So, it's gonna go to more. Go ahead and go to view profile. And then you're gonna go to the button that says more. And then scroll down just a bit now. There you go, connect, and then add a note. Yes, ma'am. Correct. Following and connecting is two different things. You definitely want to connect. Connecting is essential because then that's going to give us an opportunity to, communicate back and forth through LinkedIn. Any questions so far? These are great, but yes, sir.
Your message will be thank you for connecting.
Yes, thank you in advance for accepting my connection invitation. So again, it's just really putting forth those manners, right? And just saying thank you in advance. Thank you in advance. You know, I was just out to dinner not that long ago with one of my friends, and every time the server would come and, you know, is everything, yes, everything's fine, thank you very much. So you've said thank you at least 5, 6 times. Because I appreciate the service that I'm getting. Like, thank people. It's okay. There's no law that says you can't thank anyone, right? So definitely, please, and thank you goes a very, very long way. Yes, ma'am. I beg your pardon?
Should we add verification for our profile? It's giving you the option to verify your profile.
You can, if you want to. Like, one thing I will tell you right now, from my laptop, I'm on there all the time. I have it on my phone. But right now, when I actually attempted to log into another computer, right, it immediately asked me if it was me and sent me a verification code. Nowadays, you can't be too careful. I would highly encourage you guys to do that. All right, guys, so it is time for us to take our glamour shots. But before we do that, I want to make sure that I answer every and all question, and I'm still going to stick around. And I will be here. So if you have specific questions, I am here for each and every single one of you. Yes, sir.
Just a small note, we ended with our name, phone number and email.
You can do that if you'd like, or you can just, you know, thank you in advance, whichever works.
And then-
Yeah.
okay, gotcha.
I always put my phone number on there. It's just a good rule of practice. And the reason is that they're gonna call, they have immediate access, right?
Yeah.
Let's say they're not at the office and they don't have access to the resumes, but you put your phone number. Exactly, right? So it's just making yourself accessible to the employer partners, because they might be under pressure and be like, we need to hire 3 people by Monday and it's already Wednesday. Well, my phone, I put her phone number, let me call her, my computer, you know, crashed or whatever. I'm working off of LinkedIn on my phone. Cindy called me and Fidel called me. So these are the 3 people I'm gonna call. You never know, guys. You never
You
know.
never know.
So maximize on every opportunity. And most importantly, smile when you're on the phone with these people. They can sense it. They can sense it. Smile and dial. Are you ready?
Yeah, I was just gonna say thank you for donating your time today. If we wanted to take like a selfie with you in the classroom. You could have just San Antonio. I know, I'm so sorry. I know people hate it, but. If there is a picture, it didn't happen.
I know.
So we're gonna go ahead.
Oh, we're,
I hope my arm's long enough.
oh, you want us to just come over? Cause that's, I don't know how you gonna do that.
Yeah, thanks.
Or you wanna just like stand, I'm the picture person, you wanna just
Oh,
stand
look
back
at you,
here?
yeah. Whatever you want to
Okay,
do.
that's what it is.
So why you sitting here? Why you guys sitting up to see
Stand around now.
Right here, when you get in.
Yeah, you guys
Um,
wanted, you guys wanted.
Yeah, you have to just pull in, something official.
Yeah, I'm standing back. You're sure.
So while we're doing that, we wanna go ahead, what's gonna happen next is Mr. Nick is gonna stay down here if anybody needs help with, Maggie.
Kind of come in? Yes.
And so we have some snacks and refreshments out here with water, and if you did sign up for a photo. Yay, if you did sign up, sorry, it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let me take the flag off. If you did sign up for a photo, we're gonna take it upstairs. So you're more than welcome to use the stairs, and if not, we have an elevator to go upstairs. So, with the photo booth, put your phone number in.
Oh, yes.
If you just said no, and if you need to leave already, certainly